Time now to talk business with our partners 2degrees. Two big home builders have struck a deal with Auckland Council to sign off their own work. It's a trial to see if they can cut inspection costs while keeping to the building code. Business Desk's Garth Bray has the details and he's with me this morning. Garth, good morning.
Good morning, Ryan.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
So who are we talking about here that could potentially be signing off their own stuff?
So this is GJ Gardner and Jenny Homes, two of the big group home builders. And like everything now, there's an app for this. So there's an app called Artisan that brands the building people have put out that basically has a predetermined set of shots that you need to take. And they've struck a deal with the council to take those shots and then have Auckland Council inspectors take a look at them, verify them on site. It's going to run for 12 months until about June next year, and they'll sort of check it every quarter to make sure that it's going kind of well. And I guess the whole point of this is that it's a pilot that will take the process from building consents all the way through to the code compliance certificate. This is stuff that can take a lot longer if your inspector can't turn out on that day, or there's lots to organise. And I guess it's just trying to streamline the process.
Yeah, and take it a little bit online as well to take that. What about, because the government's already announced, recently announced, because we had the minister on saying they're doing this stuff already, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is how it could happen, and this is actually separate and ahead of that. This is they've actually got in there and said, hey, this is the way we could jump ahead of where the government's going and see if it can actually work so that it's up and running. I mean, there's a bit of reflection in the community, the building community. I think master builders have said probably it's only these big group home builders that have got the systems in place maybe to try and run this kind of stuff. It's going to leave more time for your council inspectors maybe to look over more complex builds, or maybe builds where perhaps there've been a few, little risks in the background, that kind of thing.
Given it's a trial, what is it, if something goes tits up, what comeback do I have?
As always, get a good lawyer before you get in there. I mean, if you're buying a house and building a house, right, it's a big investment, so always get your own independent legal advice would be my, and anyone's, frankly, good advice. And you'd have to hope that they're going to try their best in the first 12 months to make sure that stuff like that doesn't happen, because it's really in their interest to try and make it work in the long term.
Totally. Hey, the Sky City, we had Anne Gibson on the show late on Friday morning because the legal action between Sky City and Fletcher's over the convention centre. What is the latest there? What's the market making of all this? Yeah,
well, we've had sort of a day of trading yesterday, 2 days of trading really to sort of see how that settles in. Bit of a spike. I think last time I looked, like Fletcher's had sort of dropped about 3% and Sky City had risen about 5%, a little bit of interest there, but the analysts aren't convinced. There was a report out from Forsyth Bay yesterday saying, hey, look, we just can't see how, unless they've got some absolutely cracker piece of information that we don't know about, smoking gun appropriate given the fire that caused all the trouble. We just think the lawyers basically are going to make bank out of this. They're going to write fees. I mean, there was an analyst from Alan Gray who's took a large position in Fletcher's just before this news broke, and they're saying, oh, good luck. It's just one for the lawyers.
Okay. Well, if we had stocks in law firms, they'd probably be up overnight. Garth, good to see you.
Always.
Garth Bray from Business Desk, and we're talking business every day with our partners 2degrees.